Hey everybody, it's Paul. Welcome again to the channel. Today I'm going to show you gotta be one of our family's favorite things to make to eat, and that is my famous thick crust 666 pizza. I'll explain that. No, there's nothing satanic about it, but it is kind of devilishly good. So let's jump right into the action. Alrighty, step number one, we want 2 cups of some warm water. We put right in there. And now this is our first 6. And this is a big decision. If you like a sweet crust, go with 6 tablespoons of sugar. If you're kind of dieting, don't want it so sweet, go with 6 teaspoons of sugar. My kids like it sweet. Let's do there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 6 tablespoons of sugar. Now, our second 6 is 6 teaspoons of yeast, and I'm just using standard, doesn't matter, this is bread machine yeast, it don't matter. And this is the first thing you want to do, is to let that yeast in the water kind of start brewing. So let's just mix this around a little bit. And the yeast and the sugar and the warm are going to combine, and it kind of gives off a little bit of a funky smell, but that's meant to do that. Looks yummy, don't it? Alright, here is the final 6 in my famous 666 pizza, and that is 6 cups of flour. There's 2, 4, 6. So yeah, if you're a clean freak, you may as well expect a little bit of mess when you're fooling around with the flour, because it gets everywhere. But that's part of the fun. What this will do is make 2 really good sized pizzas. Now it's been a few minutes, and you can see the yeast sugar water combo has got some foam stuff going on, a bunch of little bubbles. Yeah, just really pretty looking, but that's the way you want it. And what we'll do is pour that right onto our flour, like so. We'll need a little bit of water at the end, but this gets us pretty close. Alright guys, I don't know if there's a better way to do it. I guess you could poke around with a spatula if you want to be kind of fancy, but you know, eventually you gotta get your hands in there. Get your hands a little dirty. You gotta work the dough. So that's the fun part. It's like playing with mud when you're a kid. And like I say, we'll need a little bit of water at the end. But what we want to do is just mix what we've got already as good as we can, so then we can see exactly how much more we need to add. So yep, it's time. Dive on in there. There we go. And you want to, you just heard the oven. I bake mine at 450. So you want to get that preheating right about now, I guess. So you see I got a pretty good ball here, but I've got a whole lot of still really powdery flour. So that's what we want to add some more water to at the end. And here I've got another cup of water. So I think everybody's is probably going to be a little bit different. Kind of got to play it by ear. But it's okay if you get too much water. Just add a little bit more flour. Alrighty, here's my ball, and you can see I put flour all around, put flour on it, and that's how I'm going to start working it. Alright, we've got a pretty good little ball going here. I think it's time. Let's just divide it in half. If we can. Doesn't gotta be perfect. There we go. Then we can concentrate on this one. It's a lot more manageable. Okay, here's my roller. My buddy Super Drew, he has a real fancy marble roller. Well, this one is just a handmade by old grandpa. So what I do is I take some flour in my hands and just kind of give it a good coating so nothing's going to stick on it much. And we'll get to the rolling out phase. Now what I do is roll this out just about as thin as I can get it. And it's not easy either. That's a regular workout. Maybe if you get a better roller, it's easier, but don't worry, even though you roll it thin, this will be nice thick crust. Alright, well I think I got this laid out pretty good, so what I'm going to do is just kind of form up a little bit of the hump here for the crust to keep the sauce and everything else from rolling off. And the thing is, you don't need to pinch up a big mountain because it'll rise. You know, just pinch up a little hill. Should be good enough. So what I'm going to do now is transfer it off of my work surface onto my pizza pan. And that looks something like this. Now give us an idea of where we want our crust to be at. And you can always readjust your crust accordingly. You can kind of like expand your pizza if you need to, just by working it a little bit with your hands outward. There we go. Looking mighty fine. And remember, this is lazy man cooking. We're not trying for perfection. Just get it close. As long as it's tasty, that's all that counts. Now for pizza sauce, I'm a ragu kind of guy. Some people are a Prego kind of guy. Maybe another brand, doesn't matter. But this is a 14-ounce jar, and I'll pour half of it on here for this pizza. And save half for the next pizza. I just use the old barbecue brush. Paint it on here. Keep wetting the brush just like paint. There we go. Alright. Let's say topping time. Okay, we'll start with some mushrooms. And I don't know what the correct way the order should be. I know I like my pepperonis and onions on the very top, so they would go on last. I like my cheese a little browned, so that's why I kind of go with this order. That looks pretty good. Okay. Now I got some fresh green pepper I just sliced up. We'll put that on there. Now then, some cheese, please. This is just grated mozzarella, shredded from the store. Okay, now I got a pack of sliced pepperonis, and there goes one for the dogs. And I just layer them on. I used the whole pack. But I like putting the pepperonis on the top, you know, so they get nice and not dried out, but a little bit done, versus being on the bottom of everything. Let me know how you do it in the comments. What order do you go? Veggies first, cheese first? What's the proper way to do it? Alright, last step for this pizza. And I don't know, like you guys probably like different toppings on yours. Tell me what your favorites are in the comments. But I just put on some big onion pieces so you can see where they are. If like one of the kids don't want that much, or they can easily see it and move it. So that's kind of the beauty of going big. Alright, we don't want it overpowering. I'd say that's going to do it. I'm going to put it in for, I'm going to check it at 10 minutes. Usually it takes a good 12 minutes. Depends how brown you want it. I'll show you the finished product. Alright guys, this was about 15 minutes in, and you see, this is how I like the cheese, where it picks up a nice browning all over it. You know, the outside you could say maybe it's a little dark, but all in all I think that's about right. You know, you be the judge. Start checking it around 10 minutes and take it out when you feel it's good. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed doing it with you guys, and let me know what you think in the comments. Till next time, we'll see you.